4 years later, I still have hair. Hello everyone, Kayla here, and this is What the Kink, a natural hair channel where I share my personal hair journey and tips, tricks, and product reviews to help you with your own. In this video, we are getting back into my personal hair journey and my personal hair story. And so it starts 5 years ago. 5 years ago, my hair was severely damaged. I had done pretty much anything that you could think that had caused my hair to come to this damaged state. Not properly cleansing my hair. Using things that were not pH balanced for hair, leaving my hair wet for extended periods of time. All of these things had come together so that my hair was really thin at the ends and just scraggly looking. There's no other word that's better to describe it than just scraggly. My hair did not look good. It was long, but it was trash, okay? So I went one morning and I went out to breakfast with someone, and I came back home and my hair was in twist. And I just looked at those twists in the mirror and I said, I cannot do it. And so I cut hair, just clipped, okay? Clipped my hair down, and I said, I don't care. It will go as short as it needs to go, but I cannot walk around with this scraggly hair anymore. So, in a less defined wash and go, my hair was so short that the back of my neck was exposed, y'all. That is how short I had cut my hair after this situation. So I went on this whole little journey to simplify my regimen. I wanted to basically see what I could take out of my regimen and still get results, because I had gotten myself into the situation pre-cutting my hair because I was doing all of these things, and I just wanted to do not so many of the things, or as few of the things as possible. So as far as, this is where the oil comes in, right? I had already stopped sealing with oil, but I was still using raw oil in my regimen, which I will get onto that. But I had stopped sealing with raw oil maybe a couple of months before I decided to cut my hair. And the reason why is because I used to do the most nastiest wash and go, y'all. I would put leave-in, then a curl cream, then an oil, then a gel. It just resulted in hair that was greasy and weighed down and whatever. And it got a little bit better. I noticed it got a little bit better when I removed the oil step and then just went right into the gel. So it was better, but still it was team too much. It was still a wash and go that I was doing more than I had to do to achieve a wash and go. My wash and go now is a lot simpler with a lot less product. But it had a better cast than if I used oil. So that was why I stopped sealing with oil. However, I still used oil in the form of a clay rinse that I used to do. It was a part of the recipe, and I would put the raw oil in there, and I would do the clay rinse in between my shampoo and my conditioner step. So I also was still using products that are kind of heavy. They may be oily or waxy, products that I would not use today, but I was still using them. So at some point in 2017 is when I made the shifts and the changes, because I was watching a hair update video at the beginning of 2018, and I'm talking about 2017, and then I say, oh, because my regimen is this. And when I described my regimen, the clay rinse was missing. So I stopped doing the clay rinse, and then I also stopped using products that are heavy in oils and butters. So that was, what was this, four years ago? There you go. 4 years ago is when I officially cut the raw oils from my regimen, because I was still using them with the clay rinse. I do want to make a note here about the products, because it seems to be some confusion online about the oils and butters when it comes to products. What's being said is no raw oils and butters, and oils and butters that are in products are cool. That's basically what it is, but it seems to be some people, there's a disconnect there. I don't know. So I began to use products that may have oils and butters, but they were further down the ingredients list, or the product was well formulated so that you couldn't really tell that it had a oil and butter in it because of the formulation. So that's the change and the shift that I made, because I did notice some of the products that I was using in some of my older videos, and I just want to make that clear, because it might cause some confusion. So I made this change, you guys, and like any YouTuber would do, I made a video. And girl, I didn't have no business getting on that video looking the way that I did. I am someone who, if my hairstyle fails, because that's what happened. I tried a gel, didn't work out on my hair, and I still rocked it anyway, y'all. I still went to work with my hair like that. I still went out to the store with my hair like that, because that's the kind of person I am. If my hair doesn't work out, I will still wear it. I will still wear it, period. And I also didn't have as much of an arsenal of backup hairstyles as I do now. Like now, girl, I can turn that hairstyle into something else real quick. But I didn't have that ability, and because I was like, well, I went to work like this, I went out like this, I'll just get on the video and briefly explain that I had a wash and go that I don't like, and then do the video. Funny thing about it is that I was so careful about everything else in the video. I was very, very careful to make the video very much about me, because I knew how passionate people get about this no oil situation. So the video was very much, this is what I do. This is why I do it. Here's products that I use. Me, 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 me. So that no one would feel like I was telling them what they should or shouldn't do. In fact, I think I directly said in the video, I'm not telling you not to use oil on your hair. All this carefulness, but I wasn't careful about how my hair looked in the video. Now, girl, sis, you missed the point. So anyway, I did, of course, get mostly nice comments. Most people are very supportive in that comment section, particularly the newer comments, because, of course, with the new wave of interest in not using oils and butters, my old videos are getting traction. They're getting more people coming to them. That video already had a pretty high amount of views, and it's just getting more because people are finding it for the first time. So I did get some comments that were talking about my appearance in the video. They were like, this one lady commented like several different times because she was replying under other people, and she was like, what are you using, motor oil? And I don't like this look. And then she called me something that I don't have the cultural know-how to understand really what she was calling me, but she said I looked like something. I just don't really know. And I think it's something on the African continent, but I don't really know what that thing is because I'm African American. I'm black from over here. My ancestors were brought over here, so I have that cultural disconnect that I do not know what she was calling me, but I'm assuming it's not anything nice, okay? I had some people like, your hair looks dry. All these things when in fact my hair was not dry. It's just that the styling did not fall through. And there is a whole conversation that can be had about what true dryness is. A lot of people do not know what true dryness is. You cannot look at someone's hair and tell if it's dry. But some folks ain't ready for that conversation. So in order to avoid this twist out having to bear the same burden that that failed wash and go had, I am going to include lots of pictures in this video. We are going to have pictures of my hair in fluffy wash and goes, defined wash and goes, buns, twist updos, Bantu knot outs, braid outs, whatever I can get my hands on of styles over the years of me wearing different hairstyles in different conditions, so that together they can all bear the weight of the judgment that is sure to come along with this updated video about my not using oils. So there you go. All the hairstyles work together, worked as a shield. Nah, they ain't gonna protect me, but honey, I can do better than what I did in that original video, and I hope that I just redeemed myself. So along with the comments that were attacking my personal opinion, my personal appearance, which I was wrong to come on like that with the type of video that it was, there were some psychics in the comments as well. These psychics were predicting my future of my hair, and they were like, you have hair now, but it will break off. Your hair is going to surely break off from this. So on and so forth. Comments that are some sort of variation of that same theme. But it's been 4 years though, and I still got hair. My hair did not break off. Man, I want my money back for that psychic hotline that I didn't really mean to call but I got by accident. I want my money back. Y'all's predictions did not come true. I'm being silly, but to be serious though, I think a lot of the emotions that are around no oils, no butters, a lot of it is fear. Not of people actually having tried it or actually having looked into it or actually knowing the understanding of it, because it's really not about not using oils and butters. It is actually about learning your actual real hair, meeting what your real hair, like, hey hair, how are you? Now I know who you are for real. And then also about simplifying your routine. That's what it's really about. It's not really about oils and butters, but people are distracted by the no oils and butters message. So I just see a lot of fear from people. And I think that's what was being manifested in some of the comments that I received. But yeah, rest assured, my hair didn't fall off and break. 4 years later, I still have hair. So there are a couple of common responses that I have seen now that there is, as I mentioned, this new wave of interest in something that is actually quite old. I'm seeing some common themes and common things that people are saying. So one thing that I've noticed is people are saying that no one does this long term. I'm not the only person that has actually been doing this long term. So you have me, if you've never met me before. I have 4 years of being, as I called myself in the original video, a low to no oil natural. Come through, sunshine, because I was looking gray than a mug over here. Thank you. Color, come through. But yeah, I've had 4 years of being a low to no oil natural. And actually, before I put my video up, I was inspired to put my video up by Kimberly Sherrill. Kimberly Sherrill had a no oil video up before I did. And I assume that she still follows the same hair philosophy I've heard over a couple of years, because I don't really watch her channel. She's just not my kind of channel that I watch. But I've heard her say other things, and I think her stance is more of, why am I putting raw oils and butters in my hair when there's oils and butters in the products already? I think that's where her mind comes from. And that's kind of almost where I am too. I'm kind of like, it's in the product. Why do I need to go to the grocery store and get it when it's in the product and it's formulated specifically for use on hair? So yeah, that was before me. So I don't want to put a number of years on her as far as how long she's been not using raw oils and butters on her hair, but y'all can go do the math yourself and go figure it out, because I really don't know from here. But it was definitely before me that she put her video out. And I think she did an update video too a couple of years later, as well. So and I'm sure there's even more people beyond her. And then it's not super long term, but I believe Pho has been doing no oils and no butters for maybe at least a year, maybe, and I want to say more than a year. So you can look to other people who have been doing this long term. There are people that do exist that have been doing this for a while. These next two things I've heard are kind of related to each other. It's like people are saying that no one who does this has long hair, and then they're also saying no one who does this has grown their hair long while they're doing this. These two things I've been hearing. First of all, I have quite long hair. When my hair, before I cut my hair, the front of my hair used to touch my belly button, and then when I cut it, it was here. And now the front of my hair is definitely on the upper part of my stomach, and it's on its way back down. And then the back of my hair, I am like on a personal, like cute little journey type situation to grow my hair to my elbows in the back. And it's like maybe an inch or two above that. So I have been growing my hair long during this process, and my hair is long currently. And it was not long when I started, because I know I inserted some pictures of how short I cut this mane of mine. So yeah, you definitely can grow your hair doing this. Your hair will grow. This one is a rather big one. I've heard this a whole lot, and people are like, you can only wear wash and goes if you do this. And that's just not true. That's just not true. In the pictures that I chose, I chose a diverse number of pictures for showing my hair in different states, because I want you guys to see all the different types of hairstyles that I wear. I wear twist outs. Like, this is a twist out, because y'all know my hair would never look this artificially together. Never. But yeah, these twists in the back got like, I don't know what happened to them, but yeah, this is a twist out. I do those. And then of course I included Bantu knot outs, braid outs, and those styles are typically done with foam. With my buns, I actually don't lay the front. So it's usually just like a leave-in or a curl cream or something like that. And then I just let it be natural and like clip it with a claw clip or something like that. My twisted updos are usually old wash and goes that I just put a little bit of water on and chunky twisted and then did an updo. I mean, honestly, if you want wash and wear hair, but you're really not ready to do a wash and go, a really great option is to throw your hair in chunky twists. Like in the shower, while you're still in there, throw in some sort of cream or something, since you're not styling like in a braid out or a wash and go, which would be a foam or a gel. Throw a cream in or something that has, you know, oils not in the first 5 ingredients. Twist it up real quick. And then you can let that dry and then fashion it into any kind of hairstyle you want to do. You can even throw it in a ponytail or a bun. I've done that before. Or then the more elaborate but twisted updos, which I hear you guys asking for videos for those, but nobody watches them. Maybe I could do some Instagram content to show you guys. But that's like really, that's the wash and go hair for the folks that don't know how to do like what we typically call a wash and go. Now this one that I've heard, and someone actually started a whole thread on it on one of the hair forums that I'm on. I actually turned this one into an entire video that will be coming up really soon. But this one is that you can't support black-owned brands, or this is anti-black-owned brands. You can actually use quite a lot of products from black-owned brands, and I'm going to actually feature some of those black-owned brands in the next video. I'm going to link it here when it shows up, but for now, since it hasn't been released yet, YouTube is going to put something else here. And then I want you guys to see how quick a wash and go can be. So I'm going to put a time showdown here. It's a braid out versus a wash and go, me side by side. It's really interesting. Subscribe. I post videos every week, and I will talk to you in the next one.